Boom. Much better. Alrighty. Microphone is now working. The computer decided it had to restart and do an update, despite me telling it no. How's it going, Yappy? Chilito, Justini. It's great to see everybody here. We're gonna be making the first steps to the final bits. First, I'm gonna do something that's gonna be really simple, and we're gonna increase our form length, which this is already correctly made. So we're just gonna have to see if the Google form here automatically extends its length as needed. Oh, thanks, Java. Everyone surely appreciates that. This actually increase the number of cells in the workbook above the limit of 10 million cells. What do you mean? Oh. There may come a point where I may have to switch to an actual database instead of just use, even though technically this is a database, but I may have to switch to something else. Should have done it in caps. I think it's safe to say we don't need these. May have to start being smart about stuff. Because especially if we want as much, you know, actual good, useful information. Which also means I may have to do some reworking. Because there will come a point, since we're definitely going to want more than 10,000 games. A lot of this brute forcing, though, is now going to start biting me. So we gotta delete a lot of cells. Now, the other thing I may have to do is, I wonder if there's a way for me to increase the cell count limit. Because I bet you that cell count limit specifically exists, so... Because we're not going to need, 1,000 cells on this page. Toby Fox playlist. Yeah, it's just a YouTube video of lo-fi music, a compilation of it, and yeah, there's a chance this live stream may not be reviewable in the future because of I'm just using a random YouTube video instead of other music I know doesn't get me copyright, but that's fine. We'll live, maybe. All right, let's get rid of these extra cells we're not using here. So this one, we're gonna let all these be here. This drop-down menus one is kind of my place where I have a whole bunch of other random stuff that doesn't necessarily belong somewhere as well. Village tracker. Well, we don't need the turns thing, right? Oh. I guess we really don't need anything beyond these. Because this one's just a math that is compiling all the data. It's there. Save a whole bunch of cells there. Same thing over here. Delete rows. Unit tracker. Same thing here. Just all these extras that we know we're not going to use. Just to get rid of them. Toby Fox, yeah. Toby Fox. Oh, yeah. I mean, I use a fox for a lot of my avatars anyway, so... That's actually a hilarious pun that actually fits. Delete. But yeah, Toby Fox. Really appreciate what they do. So we actually need all of these. I think I actually need all of these as well. So, get rid of all. Delete these rows. Village. Yeah, this one we do need. And this is one of the ones that we're going to have to extend. Same thing with this one. And then essentially every single one of these. No, I did brute force a lot of this in order to be able to split up and organize everything the way it would be needed. Is there any better way? There probably is a better way. Because these are just grabbing all the ones for player 1, player 2. This one's combining them. There's always a better way, but is it necessary to change? It will be necessary at some point. There's a chance I don't need this one, and a chance I don't need this one. If I was smarter. Like, it's one of those, my brain is telling me there is a way. I bet you there is. Because we could take this. I don't know if there is. There probably is, though. There probably is a way. So what we're going to do is we're going to extend the length of everything that would need it by 1,000. So I want this to be exactly, just to make this easier for myself, 2001. So and we're just going to do some simple math. So 1996, because minus the 5. Boom. Math. Essentially the same thing happening here. I want this to go to 2001 as well. Drop-down menus. This does not need to change. We're just going to leave this as it is, because over time, we're going to get more people onto the list. And the ELO is also going to just naturally increase. What I also could do for the ELO, what we don't know. I'll think of a better solution for that one later. Village tracker. Unchanged. All these trackers, unchanged. There's nothing I need to do for any of these. And then this player 1 needs to be at 1,002. So we're just going to add one row below. These player 2 1. One row below. One thing that would save me a lot of space is setting a hard limit on the turns. I think, to be fair, even though we do occasionally have games that'll go over 30, I don't really anything past turn 30. It's completely situational on the game. What would we think would be the best just hard turn cap for us? Because it's okay for us to have games that go beyond 30. Like, do we have any? Yes. Well, let's find out. Why is there a 5 here? Why is there a 5 here? There we go. Why are you returning NA? Cute. Somebody put in NA. Well, that breaks it in an interesting way. I'd rather the cap be too high than too low. You're right. Because I think we're all in agreement that really turn 10 is the best to really define a tribe's stats when it comes to like the tribe cards for most of them, like how quickly they expand. Because after that point, everyone's basically got everything that they need, or you're fighting for stuff. For economy, well, unless you're talking about like the huge and the massive maps, but even then, you'll know how well a tribe expands by turn 10. Economy, after turn 10, really all tribes, one way or another, they should be doing okay on their economy. If completely left to their own devices, and it's just how quickly can they build it up. That's what that's about. Giants is about their giant potential, and right now we're counting those towards turn 15. Venger has the best economy, right? Venger's having some issues. Should the aggression stat only count the first 7 or 8 turns? I think just keeping it at 10 is fine for now. We should. I can easily. I should be able to just change that easily on unit tracker, anyways, right? Yeah, because we could just remove, like, these cells if needed be. What's wrong with 10? I mean, I'm always up for understanding someone's viewpoint about it, so... At a certain point, tribes train a lot of units because they have a lot of economy already and not because they need to play aggressively. On that point, you're right. But also, some tribes may still be trying to improve their economy by turn 10. I don't know. For now, I think we'll leave it on turn 10, and... If we could just see consistent... I mean, we could easily just look at the unit tracker and see what's already going on. Anyways. Like, Shinshi, apparently somebody did not train a unit on turn 0. Interesting. Imperious, you get some people training on turn 1, some people save probably for riders. Again, just an interesting choice. But you would think that, because the thing about the aggression stat is it would definitely support Venger a lot more by reducing it for them. Because unit tracker, Venger doesn't get a lot of units because their economies show terrible. We could also add a slight, like, multiplier where the more units they train early on, there's a slight multiplier for units trained earlier. Which I would, of course, again, support Polaris even more. Because, like, Venger, yeah, they are either training a warrior or a swordsman, depending on the map. A multiplier could work. We could humor the idea of that. Even though in most cases, tribes are, like, I could do some, you could do just times, and then 10 minus this, and then keep the 37 right where it needs to be. Boom. So I could do something like this, go all the way over here, and then drag it down. Boom. I could humor the idea about doing something like that. Oops. It should be 11, by the way. So if we do this... So we could do something like that. So that drastically changes everything. It seems notable that Venger's starting sword, Omaji's starting rider, and so started shaman contribute to the aggressive quite a bit. You would think so, yes. It should. Because if they start off with a stronger unit, specifically to receive such a benefit, or they do something like Illyrion, and they spam out a whole bunch of units, they should be classified as more aggressive. Like Aquarion doesn't really train much. Polaris, yeah, pretty darn aggressive. Especially since somebody spammed the ever-living heck out of them on Archipelago for a minimum of 10 games, not including the other, what was it, 5 on the final? It's definitely part of choosing the tribe. Yeah. It's like Yadak, not super aggressive. They can't spend a lot. They try to, but they don't right now. Quetzali. Sometimes they have to spam defenders. Imo, Zebazi. Yeah, they're pretty good. But Venger, notice this. They're still, even with the buff designed specifically for them, they have aggression level of 2. Like, Illyrion should be higher. Symanti, you would think, also would be higher. But it's just other units like Omaji, they just spam out riders too quickly. It was 10 games in the final episode. It was 10. I'm not going to lie. I fell asleep because I was watching the episode as I was going to bed. So, can I enter your many Symanti massive Waterworld games? You can. I think a lot of that has to deal with the low sample size. Possibly. Because there's a good chance that Omaji's information is just way overinflated, and that's a big problem. But Polaris is then going to be the cap on that.
Hey, kid.
A lot of the Omaji games are on Pangea compared to Lyran or Vingar, right?
First, hold out your soul. Good. Now,
Because, like, Hoodrick also, especially on certain maps, may spawn archers, which, you know, those are pretty strong, but They really shouldn't be spamming archers. They should just be getting a warrior. Which is looks like what... Because, yeah, actually, no, that is exactly, 2 times 11. I need free time so I can enter your first game. Yeah, I mean, how many turns was your game you played? Yeah, Omaji is very aggressive though, because they just spam out riders very early. A 10-turn game takes like 10 minutes at most to input. That takes that long? I don't think it even takes that long. I would say it almost take like 7, but I guess that's if you know what you're doing. Yeah, I would expect Symancy to be higher on the list, too. It's just interesting. I think Shinshi just needs more games. I mean, all the tribes need more games. Waterworld games are even easier to put in. By the way, with the way everything is set up, this specifically makes Omaji look like they're overpowered. It's really crazy that even with stats like these, Omaji is kind of just not super great on their win ratio. Omaji, the best tribe when it comes to expansion. The best tribe. A really strong tribe when it comes to economy. They've got some pretty decent giant potential. And they're also the most aggressive tribe, all because they have the power of riders. Overall, they're kind of eh. The stats don't give them the full picture. You're right. They tend to get the fewest text, which is why it looks like they excel in everything else. That is true. Ban Omaji. Yeah, the real interesting one is I even put in a tiny Pangea game for Venger. Specifically give them, like, inflate their stats as much as possible, and this is still how they ended up. And Vinegar does not have a lot of games. So it's one of those may just need to play the tribes that are currently overinflated just to see if, okay, are their stats actually accurate, or did they just have a couple of really good games? Tried to play Tiny Maps with Vinegar, but got too frustrated with host advantage. Right? I mean, I'm expecting Venger really to be, like, really, really low, but I didn't expect their aggression to be so low. Even with the whole change of, oh, well, they start off with a 5-star unit on certain maps. It's because, I mean, in actuality, Venger doesn't, on most maps, want to start off with a second swordsman. They want to start off with a with a warrior. So that way they have a chance to increase their economy and then start spamming out swordsmen. But even then, they really can't. They have to get very lucky on if their second settlement also has 2 animals, which on certain maps, certain maps that you spawn the second swordsman are on the tiny maps like Tiny Pangea, where you're starting off right next to your opponent. There's literally one game where I spawned directly adjacent to an Illyrion, and even though they spammed out Polytars, the swordsmen, just a constant stream of swordsmen, were enough to kill them. I ended up training like 4 swordsmen that game. It was, and it lasted like 9 turns. It was an interesting brawl map, but my opponent definitely quit out of frustration because they didn't even resign. They just stopped playing and then let the 4-minute timer run out. Yeah, Venger. I think this change is actually better to help out tribes that are actually aggressive like Venger. It's just that their follow-up on a lot of maps is really, really poor. I don't get why I just failed to comprehend strategy. It's not part of how you think when it comes to the game yet, because you're probably thinking like overall strategy, or one strategy fits all. But I think the easiest thing to remember is would you use the exact same strategy you would on a Drylands map on a Waterworld map? The answer is no, you would not, because first off, you're not going to be next to your opponent in most Waterworld games. You have to get onto the water, and sometimes that also involves you having to expand just so you can get a port. I just don't get anything at all. You'll get it. You definitely have your strengths. Oh. Alright, we're going to go back to making sure we've got just enough. I want 1,002 here. Fantastic. Try villages. This needs to be 2,002. As Kiku made, Waterworld can happen. Excuse me. There you go. Hopefully I have enough to expand this. Right. Inserts chuckle. No. It's not how that was intended. The heck? Oh, but it was taken that way. I have taken full insult. Giants. Oh, an electricity tribe? Ancients confirmed. Still waiting for the Ancients tribe to come out. All right, we expanded the list. It just keeps deselecting it for me and going, oh, this is what you wanted. No, it's not. Why are you fighting me? Ugh. See, there it goes again. It's just automatically deciding that, oh, this is what you wanting. There we go. Right, there we go. Supposedly 8 times stronger than... Oh yeah! Random, what are your thoughts on the Nintendo Snap Switch 2? So for me, the most important thing about the... about it is the fact that it's cross-compatible with the games on the original Switch, because I've been slowly accumulating an actual... Gosh dang it! Google Sheets. There. I've been slowly accumulating more and more games for the Switch, and I've probably got maybe a couple dozen games now. And my biggest fear is to get the games and immediately they're obsolete. So the fact that they're cross-compatible for me is actually very important, and that's actually, I think that's a good thing. You agree? I just wanted to... When I saw the trailer was released, just wanted a release day. Nintendo Online also is confirmed to work on it. You see the trailer they released for it? No, I have not, but when it comes to anything related to Nintendo and online services, I just don't care. Main reason being is Nintendo has consistently proven that whatever stuff you plan on getting through online or whatever like that, they're going to drop support for it. They have done it time and again, every single console consistently. Like, within 5 years. I'm not even talking like, oh, 20 years later or 40 years later, yo, this thing's obsolete. No, they're like, oh, yeah, we're like 2 consoles in the future now, so we're dropping all support. This thing that we said, so that way you'll always have access to this. Yeah, we lied. So, anything, like, don't get just don't get digital games for your Nintendo products. Only get physical games that you will be able to hold on to forever as long as you have that physical unit. Don't go digital. Not with Nintendo. And that's why it's, for me, the cross compatibility is important. Because also, like, Nintendo has proven that if they don't care enough, they're going to also make sure a game dies rather than make sure that the community keeps the game alive. It's amazing how much Nintendo gets away with being anti-consumer, and yet we all still buy it anyways. That's just because of how good of a product they sell, and we know it. It's just we also learned don't trust Nintendo. I know some people care, but that's why I like this. But then since Rich do got you excited, yeah. No, the trailer. I'm definitely excited, but I'm not planning on getting one for a long while. Now, however long that is, I don't know. I don't know if it's gonna be a year or 2. But wait, why did I go all the way to 2000 on? Why did I do this? There's no reason for you to have this many. Your current Switch is busted and you've postponed getting it on. This is your chance. It's been a while. Yeah, I would. So here's what I would definitely do is don't get one of the first ones. Even, because that's also another thing that we as a gaming community should just know is don't... It's not worth bragging rights. Don't be one of the first ones to get a thing. Because at the end of the day, unfortunately... Okay, there we go. Oh, is this just a single list? It is. Ooh, that makes things so much easier. What about this? Oh, dang. Because sometimes there's just some big issues, and you need to know, is it actually worth said product? Now, knowing Nintendo, it probably is still going to be, but also knowing Nintendo, I like to follow the rule of every other console they release is just bad. And apparently they've released some since the Switch, but I don't know if I would count those necessarily. So just... Excel, you're frustrating me. See, look at that. It is specifically... doing this thing, and it's frustrating me because it thinks it's funny. Oh, wise guy, eh? Tribal villages. Is this a single list? Oh, it might be. It is a single query. That's amazing. However... I think that's it. So we've at least doubled the game length. You mean like the Switch Lite and the OLED? I don't know what the LED is, but I hope for the Switch 2. I hope for the could be a mistake. I have hope, not expectations. Yeah, I have hope as well. I hope its performance is a lot better, because there are definitely some games that would be amazing, but the Switch doesn't run games well enough. OLED is a Switch with a brighter screen. Oh, I think I know which one you're talking about. Vaguely. Alright. So there's a few other things that I wanted to also cover tonight. So we increased the sample size, so that way we'll be able to have about 1,000 games. Which, that'll be nice. And I'm talking about like 1,000 games overall, because right now we're really at like 172. Just by looking at this. Amazing. None of this part matters. Yeah, except for the fact that... Delete this row. That does absolutely nothing for us. So I'm just going to delete that game. It doesn't exist. It's okay for someone to enter in one, but to just say NA for everything and go, oh, I don't have time for that. Just, I'm sorry. Don't put in that information. That does us nothing. What I should do is... Really, I need to... So the real smart thing is not to use a big giant Google Excel sheet. The smart thing would to use an Excel sheet to save this information for one, but use a program for everything else. I don't want to use a program, mostly because I haven't touched like actual coding. You know, I'm gonna say actual coding despite, you know, me actually writing down some real queries that are like this. This is very similar to, this is basically SQL coding right here. Query, and then it's all the same stuff, but what it is this is the database or the information that I'm accessing, and then this is an actual like query code of select what information, under what criteria, and then I could technically do like, and then order by column, col1. I could technically do something like this, and boom. But I'm not going to. Coding understand but don't know. Yeah. It's also because technically I haven't really like done some serious programming in 5 years. So if I did, I guess I would really want to get started with Python, which I did install Python in order to figure out to run a very, very brief script in order to figure out what the share Polytopia IO thing is sending. And all it's sending, like here, I have this open. It's just opening up a web page that is going, if it can't, try to connection strings. What's this part? It's... I thought I actually correctly did all the line breaks. Basically, it tries to, runs a JavaScript. Essentially, it's just trying to open up the game with a certain game ID, which is, all it's telling me is the game is the one that's then calling the server. I was really hoping that this HTML file would have been good enough for that. But all it's doing is going, open up the game and send it this game ID if it's not already open, depending on what platform you're playing on. For some reason, you can 3D model decently. Nice! I haven't done modeling in a good while. So essentially what I would have to do is figure out like whatever the server is, and this gets to the point where we're kind of drawing a certain line that I really want to cross. I would have to figure out like where that is being sent to, send a request to that location to receive the information. It's basically like technically hacking 101. So I really just need to contact Miji1 and be like, hey, I've been working on this project. Would it be possible to get a thing to do this for me so we don't have to do that? But yeah, I don't know. So that there's a reason why there's been no progress on the automation. It'd be great for the automation to happen, I know what the next steps are. It's just I don't really want to go to those next steps. But all right, so what was the let's get back on track. So, tribe evaluator. So I would like for this to actually display a lot more better information. Trying to decide, like, should I actually just try working on the actual tech? Because if we look at the, where is it? The research tracker, we can actually see I've already forgotten what each of these were, and I had to go through so much figuring out if, oh, what this is what this value is, this is what this value is. Gosh darn it. So this is the count of the number of games that picks up said technology. Wow, only 37 games have picked up Free Spirit. Interesting. This is the actual average of all the values. This is that's actually the end of that playlist. We'll try moving on to some Deltarune. And I'm going to put attempt order. Sleep deprivation on top, right? I'm probably going to be here for like an hour longer, but if you got to head out, you know, that's perfectly fine. Two hours of relaxing RuneScape tunes, sure. RuneScape's a good one. Got multiple posts from the Plague server. See if anything's important. Hey, nice. I'll take a look at that later, Cholito. All right, so the universe investment, village count, stars per turn is cute. What I want to try really quickly is Because again, this... So the real thing that I should be doing is making like my own website for this to do everything that I'm just doing right here and get a database set up. Like maybe I should just look up on how to do that and go for more long-term planning, because as we're now learning, there's a cap. Here, let's try to add... We're gonna go to the Google form. Add a million more. This action will decrease the number of cells in the workbook above the limit of 10 million cells. Google Sheets 10 million cells limit. Which of course I'm looking up. Until they increasing it, there's no way to get more than that. Delete any empty cells. You can do this by using a filter feature. Right. Take care, Cholito. You should do some sort of heat map for the tech tree. Yeah, that's what I want to do. That's the goal. Alright, so what I'm going to do is... we're going to just do tech tree. For you, it's Sunday. I've still got an hour left. See you next time on Polytopia Sunday. I'm also trying not to be too loud because my significant other might be trying to sleep. Alright, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to try to do this in... I still actually play the actual musics on my phone. Just not during the live stream, so it would be too contradictory with all the things. Alright, Infinity. 0 opponents. Sure, tiny dry pans. Yeah, that doesn't matter. I'm here to look for tech at a standardized tech tree. How do I want to do this? Resize columns to 20? No, don't. Hello? I accidentally unplugged my microphone. Sorry about that. Okay. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to start off with... Oh, great. What do you mean it's all the... Just delete these rows. Alright. Insert one row above. Insert one to the left. Boom. Dang it. Gonna mute my phone. Oops, not that one. There we go. Zoom in a little bit so you guys can hopefully see that. Why is it not showing up on the live stream? Or is it actually showing up fine on the live stream? It's just not showing up fine on my computer for some reason. I'd believe it. Alright. Oop, Control Z. Boom. Boom. Okay. I mean, this is as close as I can get it to resembling what's on the game. It's ugly. Oh no, it should be the exact same as the other one. See, it'd be a lot better if I went 5 by 5. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and get rid of all these other unnecessary cells. So we're just going to delete these rows. We're going to resize these to be 14. No. Just resize to be 10. And then resize also to be 10. So look at that. That's looking a lot tinier. We're going to add an additional 30 rows. Then insert lovely. What we're going to do is we're going to copy this and we're going to paste it all here. Boom. We're going to copy this, copy, and then we're going to paste it here. Give us enough. All right, we're going to try this again. Boom. This time I'm going to go 5 by 5. All right, copy this. It's actually way harder to see. Oops. See? Look what I'm talking about. It's already harder to see the correct cell I should be trying to put these on. Boom. Boom. I'm gonna go record a vid. Hey, good luck, Justini. Good luck with that video. Thanks for tuning in. I'll be watching. Oh, dang, I messed up. It's kind of like right here. I mean, this is using up so many unnecessary cells, but in this way, we'll actually be able to get the tech tree to look the correct way. So oddly enough, this actually is accurate. Yup. We're just gonna do that. All right. That is a lot better. But now we just merge all these cells together. And I may not need to merge the cells. You know what? Maybe we don't need to merge the cells. Now let's see. Research tracker. Oh yeah, and then I need to do this. Give me a moment. We're gonna... Spreadsheet, we gotta hide that. Because we gotta add protections. There we go. Okay. Okay. And I'm just going to type these in. Mathematics. I should know what all these texts are, but I don't. I know what some of these are. Construction. All right, cool. So as we can clearly see from all this, all the texts are currently... There we go, that's a little better. I'm also going to go ahead and center this text. Boom. Perfect. So, because what I can also do is just add a circle over it to make it look circular. I can also fix the name and all that, but the real goal that I want is for it to basically be black if the text never been picked up, or maybe it should be blue if the text never picked up, but black if like normal if it's inaccessible. And then it does a gradient to green where you can kind of see what text people have by certain points. So what I can do is have this equals, and then I need to go to research tracker, and then mathematics, boom, forestry equals, and again, we're just going to be finding this research tracker, oops, forestry, boom. And we're specifically going to grab each of these numbers here, so equals hunting, so research tracker, and hunting's going to be all the way here at the front. We should actually just do all these here, so hunting, writing, boom. So what we're going to do is we're going to drag this over to be right next to our research, because it's going to take forever if we do it this other way. There, boom. Research tracker, organization, research tracker, climbing, and then research tracker, fishing, boom. And then we're just going to go through all the tier 2s, research tracker, roads. Next is free spirit, boom. Next is farming. Next is strategy. Meditation. Sailing. Ramming. The interesting thing also is to see on average how much each tribe or not, in this case, this isn't even each tribe. This is just all the tribes. How often each tribe is picking up each tech. So there's math. And of course there's trade. You need to fix that to be the other way around. Trade. Boom. Chivalry equals. Boom. Construction equals. Boom. Diplomacy equals 12. Not surprising. Smithery 34. Philosophy 36. Alright. Is it a Waterworld thing that people pick up? I don't know. I don't play Waterworld. It's a joke map. 8 games. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to insert one row above. Because I got to change the math. Because this is actually the total number of times it's been picked up. Which is not what I'm looking for. That's the wrong number. All right. Copy, boom. We're going to do paste, because I want it to be the exact same, but I want this to be accounts if. And then comma, criterion, where it is less than or equal to this value. Boom. And this value needs to stay set in this exact place. And this value is going to equal, for now, this. Boom. Because if this goes to max, this is supposed to be an actual number. All right. So now if we go to our research tracker, formula parse error, you're a formula parse error. Oh. What do you mean? Google Sheets count if value in a compare to another cell. this and a 35. Okay. Seven. 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 Five. 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 This is another one of those things that would be better if I just made an actual website using like HTML and JavaScript. What was that one programming language that work needed me to learn? It's similar to JavaScript, but now I don't remember what it is. Equals this divided by this. Okay. This gives me a really good value. And then we follow up with conditional formatting. All right, conditional formatting. Boom. Guess who's back? Hey, welcome back. Boom. Alrighty, so alright, conditional formatting. Conditional formatting based on another cell. Conditional formatting, color scale based on different cell. You are using a color range, but we can't do the same for the cells above them, since color scales only allows in cells, not by looking at other cells. I mean, yeah, I can brute force it. Rather not. Equals tribe evaluation man, now I'm already forgetting how to actually do referencing. There you go. Tribe evaluation, exclamation mark, question mark, exclamation point, question P2. Question mark, exclamation point, question mark, exclamation point, question mark, exclamation point, P2. Dang. How'd the game go? I was recording until I lose. homage you until you lose. You won. Oops. Better luck next time. Equals tribe evaluation, and then B2. Boom. Alright, we're just gonna do this the old-fashioned way of just go here and click it. Oh, that's where I was doing wrong. Let's see if I don't. Wait, no, I still need to. You know, we're just gonna get this fixed. Boom. And we're gonna go ahead and merge all these. So what I can do is I can overlay the images of the text to be exactly where I need them to be. I missed one. Yeah, I'm basically just gonna be slowly playing. What I wanted to do, I don't think I'm gonna have enough time because I was focusing on this research thing. Man, I was specifically gonna add onto the front page, like most played tribe, least played tribe, and then just have it to where depending on what your search criteria are, all the information here on this right side will change to appropriately fit that information. Like, for instance, if you go with like a player and you specifically pull up a player, then it'll go for that player's stats. But if you go up, or if you pull up like a tribe, it'll pull up the tribe's tech tree and all that you can view and analyze. And try to make this tribe evaluation, like the homepage thing, the main thing anybody would ever need, just to see everything. And all of these other things, like if you want to just see like the most tribe played and most played tribe and least played tribe, you could do that. But I was also planning, see, I was gonna also explore to see, can I change other images? So let me hide the spreadsheet really fast. Let's do insert image overcells. Drag a photo. I've got so many pictures I gotta delete that I was doing for my other videos, and I gotta get rid of all those. I just got so many useless pictures. I also need to get the images for all the tribes, like all the tribe heads. But I was planning on making custom, special art just for this, so that way, like, the most played tribe would be displayed as the one that, or the strongest tribe would be the tribe that'd be like on the top of a little hill or something, who's clearly above the rest, and then having our second place tribe being its main contender, on like the next spot, like have a first, second, and third for those, and then have like the most played tribe to be just sitting in the background, and so forth. Just so that way you could just at a glance see a whole bunch of stuff, and if you know what you're looking for, like the least played tribe is like a tribe that's kind of like walking away, kind of like sad or something like that, and I don't know, just a whole bunch of little things just to so you could see all that. Oh, I think we're just gonna grab the star. Okay. Right. So when I was inserting this, it was inserts image over cells. So we're gonna go ahead and bring this back. So I have a star here. I'm just gonna put it here. So there you go, Justine. Another thing for me to add to your live streams. You know what I can do? I could do subliminal messaging. This is perfect. Wait a minute. Hold on. We could definitely add... Oh yeah, there's the ones for all the tribes. Yep. There it is. Oop. There we go. Perfect. Even better. Perfect. But this also allows me to test a thing. So Google Sheets, change image over base over based on cell value. Use the image function along with conditional formatting. Okay. That means I gotta work for it. I was hoping it'd be easy. Guess we can't have easy things. Because right now I have in tribe cards decorations, right? That's not staying forever. That's mostly there for testing and all that. But I also gotta decide like how big I actually want the default of this page to be, and then start setting up this main thing. Like for instance, if I go to our default 100%, yeah, that's not too bad, and that's pretty much the size of like what you have in your videos. So I should probably just assume this big and a little bigger. So we're just gonna go anything past 100. I don't think we're really using, and then we can get rid of all these extras. I might as well keep that last one. All right, but if there's something hiding on one of those other ones, it's gone now. So, and here's the cheat sheet for perfection for when to get rid of units or not, or when to stop getting rid of units. So I'm gonna just keep that there because it's been mathematically proven at this point. So essentially, I do want all this. I think here, we're gonna insert one column to the left because we always you kind of want blank space. That's fine. Really, again, I'm gonna restate this. The better thing I really should do is make a website. I should look into like. It's just that's a lot of extra work. Oh boy, we're talking a lot of them. We're talking like $60 a year. Of course, there's this Squarespace that says do it for free, but I bet you there's certain terms and conditions that apply, or it's shady. I bet you this is really for like art. Yeah, this is definitely for like art. Man, I don't want to deal with all that. Yeah, I mean, I'd have to invest money into it, and for me, like I don't even make any money off this, so we ain't gonna worry about that. We're doing this the free way, and that's just gonna be we're using Excel sheets. But the main idea is we're also gonna end up making this look nice. Ziki, how's it going? We're gonna be heading to bed soon because for me it's nearly midnight, and I do need sleep so that way I can live the Excel sheet. We're making good progress. Sander, how's it going? What are you looking to put on the website? Really, I just want this to be a lot easier. I think I'm not going to worry about an actual website until I can actually get a program to automatically compile games, because until then this is really just gonna be a passion project between people that are actually interested in this. Because like for instance, we could just look at all this and go, ooh, nice. Cymancy ain't doing so great. Did you just destroy another Cymancy by any chance, Justini? You did not input it yet. Wow, a lot of people have, though, been inputting games. I was playing so much Semanti last week, and I wrecked a lot of people. Nice. I wish there was a one-click button where you could just input a game. Yeah, so, Zeke, I would... don't get me wrong, I would love to do that. I have a vague understanding on how to do that. But in order to be able to do that, I would have to essentially figure out... It overall involves some hacking that I don't, and that's a line I don't want to cross. And it's not hacking the game, it'd be accessing the game server itself to call for specific information. And for me, it's just I respect Miji1, and that's a line I don't want to cross. So I really need to talk to Miji1 and go, hey, we got a passion project going on. There's it's honestly like this project technically would benefit his game in the long run to also allow like easy balancing, unless he's already got something like this available, which I don't think he does. But essentially, like if I could just get all the games that have been played like within the past week, and then it's just constantly updating for all the games that are played, not even a week. We'll just say the database just goes all the games that's been played by basically everybody for the past month. Here's all the current up-to-date information, so that way if he has a beta, he can then have all the games be played and then start having access to all this information. Like, is there any tribe that takes off way too quickly? Oh, Magi. Like analysis is a chess game where there's a random generated board and there's such as an optimal move with known info, right? Yeah, that would involve some AI stuff that I have not tinkered into, but I love watching those videos explaining that. Another option is asking for a start screen and an end screen photos. We could just auto CR that. That's a second to just get an API. Certainly that's second to just getting API from Ig1. Yeah. Yeah, I think just getting the API from Ig1 would be best, but that also takes away time from whatever he's currently working on. Like, let's pretend he's actually currently working on the Ancients. He's not. He's definitely working on the next skin for the tribe, because there's 2 tribes left that don't have skins. And if I was in Miji1's shoes, despite all going, it'd be great to get the Ancients out there. I bet you he's working on the next skin for either Polaris or Cymanti. And in the process of working for the next skin, he's probably looking at how to fix the tribes, maybe Cymanti. I don't know. But if I was Miji1, that's what I would be doing. Or how to fix Polaris, because Polaris is cool, but I think he was even mentioning that Polaris definitely could use a rework. I don't know what I would do to change Polaris. I mean, I think overall Polaris is okay where they're at, but I don't know. I don't know. I don't play Polaris enough. For some reason, I have issues with Polaris, and I either steamroll with them, or I get absolutely crushed, and I feel like there's nothing I can do. Whereas all the other tribes, I feel like, oh, I could have done this, unless I know it was a spawn win. But Polaris, I always feel like I'm missing something. If we know how the Polytopia bots were trained, then we can train them like Alpha Zero, like 2. There was that project, and I think it stopped, because I haven't heard anything about that Alpha whatever, because they were actually training it on Polytopia, and then I've never heard anything since. So I think they ran into some major issues, and then they just dropped it, because you would have assumed that we would have heard more information about that at this point, right? Because there was an AI being trained for Polytopia. Sort of like how it was trained for StarCraft 2, and is able to play StarCraft 2 like really well. Remember that project? Yeah, like what actually happened to that project? Maybe because the board map is RNG and it's so hard for AI to come up with a general rule. Maybe. That, or maybe they picked it up because Elon Musk did his old, oh, well, it's better than chess. And then they were like, oh, cool, we can make an AI for that. And then they got bored. Oh, man. I don't know. Because maybe they didn't know how to play Polytopia well and they didn't understand it. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, there's a bunch of articles from almost 4 years ago, but they seem to be no updates, right? I think underappreciated update would before to adjust matchmaking so players aren't queuing games they've already left, and maybe a tribe banning phase to add some pre-game strategy to pick tribes. So if we're talking about stuff to try to make the game like support the competitive stuff, the game really does need like 2v2, 3v3 and actual like team game support. There should be support to allow like the matchmaking system definitely needs an update, and I can give you a list of stuff that should be done for it, such as giving an option to allow can the teams change in the middle of the game. B, can you have a team victory? C, what color are you going to play as? That for me is important. 4, you know, stuff like, can you allow picking, like allow the random order or set order. Another one, allow pick and ban phase. Another one, allow duplicate tribes between teammates. Another one, allow duplicate tribes between all players. Navarus, raid. I hope the project is going well. It's going pretty well. We're making progress. It's just it's getting late and I'm getting tired. What I need to do is equal image and then URL. I'm gonna have to get all these images uploaded somewhere. And then height and width. PS, were you... I've been notified of that guy's existence like 20 times now. Dang. You got someone that is messing with you, man. Alright, let's get back to looking for can I... Here. Yeah, don't do that. ... Assign script. Tell you what, here's what I'm going to do. We're going to go to our game data, not game data, drop down menus. And in here, we're going to insert our image in cells. We're going to put this in here. Boom. So this way we have our Tolby Polytopian head right over there. So let's see if we can do this. Assign script equals image. Drop down. Menus. K3. Let's see if I'm understanding this correctly. There was a problem. Could not be found. No. I don't think so. Cleaning the data still. By the way, do you have a way to automatically fill this spreadsheet from replays? No, not yet. That's a thing I need to actually talk to Midgie1 about. Because in order for me to do that, I may have to technically hack into the servers for calling the game information. Well, it depends on your definition of hack, but my definition of hack is essentially using a external script or program to make a call to somebody else's, you know, server storage or whatever in this case, or hardware, which would be a server, in order to get specific information, which would have to be done at this point, because I did make a Python script to figure out what the HTML files actually are, and it's literally just opening up the game with that last little ID. So I would have to figure out where the game is calling for that information, and then send that destination, that ID, and then get whatever information it sends back. Yeah, either visually or get inside the game script. Yeah. Which one would be next than just read a link and output file? I mean, my real hope was that I could just make the call to the HTML, and then it would send like the list of whatever the game information file was. Bet Mitchell would love to work with you. They should pay you to do money, maybe, but this is more of just a passion project. Because heck, I mean, Justini got to 1,000 subs before I did. So, and I've been streaming for almost 2 years now. There's a modded community. I wonder if you can run non-modded replays through a modded instance. Is there a Polytopia modded community? Because I know Midgie once said that was a no-no. No. No, there's not a modded community. You got works to do? Yeah, I mean, I work over 50 hours a week in a lot of cases. So I, like, even right now, it's just because I have tomorrow off, and I really wanted to work on P-TEC some more. So that's why I'm here. Else I'd be sleeping. Yeah, inside the game script would be the easiest, but yeah, you would need to get into that server to get that data. Yeah. So I may. It's one of those. Part of me is also kind of afraid to go, hey, I've been working on this. Is it possible to do this? Because I don't want to distract Midgie1 from whatever project he's working on. In theory, it's easy. If I could just get like the list of, I'm assuming, because there are two ways I can picture. There's definitely more ways you could do it, but there are two simple ways, and sometimes simplicity is best, on how to organize information. One, it could be just a simple list that has breaks. That's literally like reading a book, going, and all you got to do is decode what each of those mean. And if I could do that, which it's simple, all you got to do is figure out the patterns and all that, yada yada yada. and then organize, okay, this is what was done on this turn, this is what was done on this turn. Like, that for me is not tricky. If it ends up being an array, okay, well, I gotta be able to make something to read the array, and fantastic, there, we got our thing. Like, those are the two, like, easiest ways I would think of, and there's no reason that he should make it as difficult for himself as possible. Because, I mean, he's already made it to where people really can't mod or modify the game. Especially, like, this game's been around for long enough, and notice, like, all you'll see is people asking, are there mods? And they're like, yeah, there are mods on the Discord server, and they will ban you in an instant. But yeah, like, there's no actual mods. Because the first mods, if modding could happen, I guarantee you people would be immediately doing custom map generation mods. But yeah. Assign script. Okay. So that script is gone. Fantastic. Yeah, that's the modded Discord server. Right. Yeah, that's exactly it. That's like the only mod, Paletopia mods you got are the mods that take care of Discord. But that's the wrong kind of mods. There's no reason to make it difficult, but it is there. You make it difficult so people can't hack your game. Which there was at one point a massive amount of people, and it is still possible to trick the game locally, but he's done a lot to prevent that so online matchmaking isn't ruined as much as possible. Now, the only thing that he really can't stop is, without making it worse for everybody, is the whole client side of, like, basically cloud, like, scout cheating. If you know what it is, you know what it is. But, like, people, there are a lot of people that'll use that in 24-hour games, and it's deplorable. It's just play the game and be good at it. You don't have to cheat. Where was I? Oh yeah, so what I was gonna be trying to figure out, because I wanted to make, like, this here, we'll move that. Like, I wanted to make this part of the page visibly a lot nicer. They have a mod for they have a mod for Paletopia? Are you talking about the one that's to open up, like, the cheat box and all that, which is basically just the debugger? Yeah, that's not really a mod. A real mod would, pretty sure they have balanced mods they're working on right now. Interesting. But, yeah, I would like to, it's a part of me would like to just talk to Mijiwan and be like, hey, would this be working? And best case scenario, he goes like, yeah, sure, and then maybe like 3 days later, it's able to go like, yeah, just put a replay link into this API, and boom, you have the data that you need. And I'm like, okay, fantastic. And then we have a way to get all the information. And if that's possible, then I would need to go from this big giant Excel spreadsheet to an actual program, because as we're learning, there's a limit to the number of cells we can have, so there is a hard limit to the number of games that we can use. So that's a thing we're gonna have to keep our eyes on, because I was just trying to go, okay, you know what? Let's make this simple. Add a million rows. So right now we have a limit of technically 1,000 games right now. I technically have a limit of 1,000 games. And we are almost a fifth of the way through. But we'll reach those hurdles when we get there. For now, once this part is done, then I would have this is what I would want to do, and then we could translate it, move it to whatever would be most appropriate. It's just I don't really want to buy a domain name and spend $30 to $60 a year on that. I mean, I guess I could technically put up like a specific something like a Patreon, so anybody who wanted to donate to keep the website alive, have it specifically go to that. But then I would also have to make sure I have added securities to make sure that people don't then hack in and then ruin everything for everybody. So I'd probably have to pay some extra for that. I don't know. It's been way too long since I've actually worked on websites and such. At this point, I'm kind of rambling. I've been rambling for the past 20 minutes and made zero progress. So Justini, I'm just gonna leave my my little avatar face here, and just to kind of sneak it into your videos. Maybe I'll grab your icon you always use for everything as well and put it there, since you're the main contributor to everything anyways for all the game information. I'll have to find it later. But I believe that's gonna go ahead and do it for tonight, because we'll be back on tomorrow. I remembered that it was around 1 year ago, and I was watching your stream. I've been streaming for almost 2 years now. It's been since March of 23 since and you start talking about Banu. Yeah, Cholito's been around since then as well. Cholito is the main one that introduced Banu, because he really liked he still likes Kiku. You know, he's a Kiku main, even though he doesn't really play online. It's just he enjoys Polytopia and he likes Kiku. You know, his particular stream, yeah, Banu. And I keep asking, what is a Banu? Yeah. Alrighty. I need to end this stream for working on it. Wait, did I finish the other thing I was working on? No, let's finish the tech tree really fast. Conditional formatting needs to be... Let's make this twice as big, so... Resize. Let's go to 15. And... Boom. 15. Boom. That's a better size. Every time. Good night. Thanks for the stream. Yeah, I'm gonna let me finish this really fast. Because this is a thing basically saying who gets what tech, and right now it's completely useless because it's for all tribes. But in theory, if you click like Shinshi, you'd be able to essentially see like how often the tech gets picked up. And in theory, there it is. So, tribe cards, tech tree. And let's go ahead and do some quick conditional formatting. Oh, you know what I need to do? This, 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 this. And actually, yeah, we can get rid of that. All right. Another rule, color scale, custom color scale. It's going to be this blue to the way too bright green. It's going to be a number 0, and the max in this number is going to be equal B2. With dollar signs. Dollar and dollar. Done. So, next. Yeah, so now we're one step closer. Google Sheets, value bar. No, not that. I want not a bar chart. Scale? No. Oh man, this is how tired I am. I can't think of the word. Guys, help me out here. I'm thinking literally just a little... Should be a bar. Slider. Input range slider in Google Sheets. Can I add a slider control? Not supported. You can add buttons and scripts to create an interface. You'll soon be finding it incrementing one by one. Right. That's why we did the drop-down menu. I suggest that we go to bed. That, Ziki, you are banned for the next 24 hours. Alright, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to merge these cells. And I'm going to hide this really fast because I always forget if the drop-down bar, insert, drop-down. Sleep is for the weak. I'm going to bed. Good night, Toby. Thanks, Ziki, for stopping by. There we go. All right, we got our drop-down bar. And we need this to be... Come on. That. Shoot. From a range. Done. Tech tree. Alrighty, so now we need kind of additional formatting. Get rid of that. And this needs to equal B4. Done. And then, last but not least, game data, no, wrong. Research tracker. This equals, where is it? Tech tree, this cell, boom. Tech tree. One, 0. What's a Banu? Blue Tens, welcome to the stream. Banu is it's a fruit. Like if you go all the way to turn 15. Oh, I know why. It's because I did the conditional formatting wrong. So it actually does need to equal B2. Boom. But now 2, 5. You'll be able to see now if we go to like turn 15, it does start to light up even more. But if you specifically want, okay, Shinshi, how the heck do you play on lakes? Just how do you play on lakes with Shinshi? Go to tech tree. So by turn 3, this is what your tech tree should look like on average. And then maybe by turn 7, you can see that it's currently conditional of what it is. And then by turn 15, it's somewhere in this range. And then I guess what I could also do is instead have this be black, have this number percentile 0.001, boom, and this needs to be that blue. Nope. We'll do something like that, so that way you can kind of see. Let's go ahead and switch to lakes, drylands, and Pangea and continents. Let's try that because those all play somewhat. So lakes plays differently. So, but like continents, drylands and Pangea, they both play kind of different. So we go to tech tree, you'll be able to see kind of what they have by which point. So some people apparently pick up mining early, way too early. We should do like 8-5 instead for that. So like on turn 2, some people pick it up. No. Three, 4, 5. What if I do 50%? Boom. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Somebody picked a rushed philosophy. 9. So it's kind of variable on where you're going. 10, 11, 12, 13. Can I just go down? Dang. 14. Like turn 15. You know what I could do? What if... edit this. The range actually needs to be drop down menus. H. 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 Done. So tech tree. Boom. We can now scroll all the way down to 48. So you can see at the very end, like where somebody got to. What you working on here? We are currently working on the research portion. So that way you can see, like, I guess more importantly, Symanti. Because Symanti's got plenty of games. All right, 27 games on Pangea and Drylands. So, of course, they're always going to start off with farming. By turn 3, looks like a lot of people rush writing. But let's actually make this even better. A, we're going to ignore final turns, but B, we're also going to show only wins. So, because really, that's the only thing that matters, right? Is winning. So we got 12 games. By turn 3, we got half the people are rushing writing. Turn 7, most people are already picked up writing at this point, and then they're either going hunting, organization, or climbing. Like, what about turn 4? Is anybody getting... No, they're sometimes getting more population. Turn 5, some are picking up climbing, but by turn 10... here's kind of where the games diversify on what's actually going on. Conditional formatting. There. So, like, by turn 15, the game's probably a decent way in. We go all the way to the very end. Apparently there's a game where somebody did not actually pick up writing at all. But these are the games that typically won and where your tech trees are more or less looking at. And this is the last bit that I was trying to work on, is what are the actual average tech trees that most people are going? And again, as we get more and more games, this is going to be more and more valuable information. So if we actually just go ahead and go with everything, Symanti has won 22 of their games. Okay, cool. Tech tree. By 10 turns, this is what your tech tree should be looking like. Is, of course, you start with farming. Most people should definitely have writing at this point. And then you pick up, like, no tier 3 techs, except maybe a Russian philosophy, apparently, for one game. But... right, navigation. The sailing thing's not working for Symanti. Interesting. Got it. Well, I'll have to fix that later, but that's a future Tolby problem. One where he has sleep and can think and try to look for those solutions. I just want this to look nice. In fact, I want it to look so nice. Boom. There's your black background. Maybe a gray background would be better. No, not even. That's a shame. I'll make it look nicer later. But essentially, I want this to actually look like the tech tree. So that way you can go, okay, what tech should everybody be getting? 2, 3. Like, look at this. By turn 3, about a third of the people have picked up writing at this point. So this way we can also be able to give a guide on what an average tech tree should look like. What's another tribe that has... So let's go to all. Tribe play count. What tribes actually have? a lot. And this is something I was going to work on tonight, which is basically saying like most played tribes and all that. And then I ended up adding my picture instead. Polaris actually has the most played games. So if you guys actually want to learn how to play Polaris, that also has the most wins. There you go. So bring up Polaris statistics and we can look up their tech tree. Of course, they start off with fishing because for them it's very efficient. Turn 3, you're looking at hunting or organization or sailing, but notice they don't even have enough stars at this point. They're probably just leveling up using outposts on their archipelago maps. Turn 7, you're looking somewhere around sailing, hunting, organization, and then by turn 10, definitely should have sailing at this point for the aggression, but some economy tech such as ramming, hunting, riding, organization, but for the most part, go full out offensive with sailing in order to win your games. Bet you that's all for archipelago. Now, if we take off Waterworld and archipelago, it's probably completely 2 games. There's the tech tree. Is you need an economy. Again, the only way for us to actually get useful information is we need everything filled out. So show only wins, get rid of that. Now there's 3 games. Boom. There's that. You should include what percentage of the games the tucks are bought. That's actually... I mean, I guess I could put the number. Because that's technically what's being done. What percentage of the games the techs are bought. Looks like if you go to max, you'll be able to see that as well. But I guess I could put a percentage number. I would have to redo all of this. I mean, I could do that. That technically would be more valuable, is to see an actual percentage number. I suppose it won't take too long. And then I need to add my dollar signs to lock that in place. Right. Here's what we got to do. Copy this. Paste. 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 Paste, 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 past, pist, paste, 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 and paste. All right. Fantastic, which means now we need to go to conditional formatting, format, conditional formatting. 1. After that, I can actually select each and every single one of these cells. Boom, 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 boom. Format. Percent. Boom. And then we can also increase the size. And then just like Polytopia, we can make the text white and make it bold so it's easier to see. Boom. Horrible. Absolutely horrible. I love it. All right, we're going to make the entire background black again, except for these. And then we can make these white. Reset that. Boom. Perfect. That's perfect too, thank you. Alrighty. There you go. Does that help? Much better? Those are actually better numbers to see. That was a good idea. Cool. And again, we'll be able to actually get useful information with this, which is the whole point of all this, is to get us some useful data. I need perm edit turn to edit turn count. All right, I got to protect sheet, accept certain cells. Okay, set permissions. Boom. All right, does it work? All right, just need to see if we can delete that. Looks like you're trying, so I assume you cannot. Perfect. Excellent. But basically, I want to make this kind of more of my kind of art that I've been doing. Even though I say been doing, I haven't touched it in like a year and a half. But I want to use this kind of art for like this first page here to show like a general summary of what tribes are best, and so on and so forth. And that way it can kind of be interactive for everybody. So, and of course the sailing's not working. All right. Let's put on all tribes. I need to see something really fast. I know you're looking at something, but I need to see all tribes. Research tracker. Where's fishing? There's fishing. All right. Fishing. Simanti. Is it working for everybody else? Just not. Simanti. Boom. Oh, it's sailing that we're having issues with. Let's show the spreadsheet again. And it only doesn't work for estimated since they don't have since they have pessimism. It's PES, right? Is it? Oh, it's. I have PEC. There, fixed it. It was a typo on my end. Alrighty. Now it should work. Look at that. It works again. There you go. So this is working. And technically, I can get rid of these. So we're going to delete these columns. But we're going to just make that bigger. There we go. So we're going to delete these columns. Divided by this cell. That's hilarious. I don't know why I deleted all the references for all the cells. Oh, wait, I know. Ah! Control Y. Redo. Tech tree. We should reload. And this needs to equal sample size. Well, I guess actually what I could just do is just divide it by sample size. And just copy this. Boom, paste. 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 There. And delete rows. Because again, the real goal is if I want this to also be visible just from this one page here, I need to find a way to recreate it for this one page over there. And I got to do that with the least amount of, work and effort as possible. All right, so there you go. So that's, is that the correct tech tree? Yeah, that's the correct tech tree for Cymanti. Fantastic. So that's them by turn 15. And if you go to the max 48 turns, this is all the text they've ever purchased in all of their games. So there are still games where Cymanti doesn't pick up writing, but essentially they do pick it up at some point of time. Turn 7. There you go. So, hope this is helpful. Because, of course, like by turn 15, games should be mostly decided at that point. Mostly. I mean, I just inputted in a 29-turn game today that I finished 5 days ago, just because I didn't have the time to actually put it into P-TEC. Again, like, even for me, it would be very beneficial to get a fast way to input games. But yeah. That's the average tech tree. Oops, 2 T's. It's only supposed to be 1 T for inputting. Alright, so that's the last of the to-do list. Unless I'm missing something. Because, for the most part, all the information that we acquire, there's the average tech tree that I was hoping for. And then, of course, we could even figure it out for all the tribes. What is the least picked technology? Spiritualism. Even though archery is one of the better techs that a lot of tribes pick. But it's spiritualism is going to be your worst tech. Alrighty. I'm falling asleep. And it's 1 o'clock now. Fantastic. Alright, hopefully I don't sleep through all of my alarms and we can get to our actual regularly scheduled live stream. But yeah, that is gonna conclude our progress for P-TEC for today. Tonight, I guess. It's time to make this look nice. That'll be fun. And I want this one page up here to do all the stuff for me. In order to make this look nice, I need to figure out how to make this overhead image change to the thing I want it to change to in order for me to do what I want to do with this whole page thing here. Oh, and oh no. There you go. That's my last little thing. I'm gonna hide this all the way down here at the bottom. Alright, cool. But our next goal is to make P-TEC look a lot nicer, so that way people will want to come here and look at it. And if they want to come over here to look at the data and the information, they're going to be more inclined to assist. But there is one final downside to using this entire thing for all that information, is the moment you get like 2 people trying to look at the information, they're fighting each other for control. So again, it comes down to, I'm probably going to need to, once this is done, consider if there's enough support out there, actually turning this into its own standalone website. Which we could probably take that opportunity to, while making our own website, also have it be a wiki, so that way we can get away from the fandom wiki, because fandom is a terrible website. I don't know. We could definitely consider that. Good night.